Isn't it crazy how we will never be this young again? We spend so much time waiting for the perfect moment to start living, to start chasing the things that you love. And yet, more often than not, by the time you realize it, it's too late. Most people don't grasp how quickly life goes by. And when I was 10 years old, I remember being in primary school and just being done with school. I was tired of it and I was like, okay, let me think about this. So I sat at my desk and I started counting how many years I had left until I could finally get out of high school and move on with my life. So I was counting and I was like, oh my God, 8 years? I have 8 years left of this? I can't do it. I'm gonna do something else, but I can't keep up with this for 8 more years. I was tired, and what felt like would last for an eternity, one day was just over. A random Wednesday. It was done. And it was when I actually finished high school that I realized that time doesn't care about anyone or anything. It doesn't care if it's your last day of high school. It doesn't care if it's your last day alive. Time is going to keep going by. And when I say that most people don't understand how fast it goes by, I genuinely mean this. Because I believe most people just lie to themselves. Oh, I still have time. I'm still in my 20s or in my 30s and I'm still young. And it works. It works for a while until, you turn 40 and you turn 50. And by that point, health problems start to appear. You start to become more conditioned by life itself. And all of a sudden, you actually can't chase your dreams now. Not because of a mental barrier like the one you had when you were young, but because you are genuinely too old at this point. And I feel like this is the reason why there are so many people out there with midlife crisis when they reach this age. It's because they just lied to themselves while they were growing up. Do you feel guilty when you realize how finite of an amount of time we have on this earth? Because if you do feel guilty, odds are you're not living at your fullest potential. Because if you were, you wouldn't feel guilty because you had nothing to regret. And if I'm being honest with myself, I've only been living to my fullest potential for the past 2 months. If I'm being really honest with myself, 2 months. And what I asked myself was, when I'm 80 years old and I go back through my memories, how do I want to remember my life at 19? Do I want to remember that I was a kid who was scared of other people's opinions and didn't do what he wanted because he was scared of the backlash, scared of what others might think, scared that it might not work out? Or do I want to remember that I was the kid who said, who knows? Let's see if it works out. I was the kid who woke up every day grateful for the fact that all of the members in my family were still alive. I was the kid who woke up every day happy because he got to live another day as a 19-year-old. And I wrote, you guys can't see it, but over there, I have a page that's about yay big. And I just wrote all of it down. When I'm 80, here's how I want to remember my life at 19. And every day I read that as a guide to how I want to live my life. Now, do I live up to it every day? No. Sometimes, some days, I wake up and I just feel like I can't do it. But most days I do. And it's actually crazy how quickly your life can change when you actually live to your fullest potential. These past 2 months in my life have been incredible because I just did what I wanted to do. I wasn't scared of my surroundings. I wasn't scared of what might happen. I just did it and I found out. So do me a favor. Please write it down. Write down in a notebook that you have or in a page. It doesn't have to be a 5 or 10 page, massive piece of text. Just a simple statement. When you're 80, how you want to remember your life at however old you are right now. And once you do start living in the way your 80-year-old self wants you to, for the first time ever, you will realize that time does pass incredibly quickly, but you won't feel guilty about it because you are already living at your fullest potential. So you literally just enjoy the ride. You realize that life is an experience and you're here to enjoy the good, the bad, the happiness, the sadness, and that's it. You just let time go by. And if you're going to get one thing out of this video, out of everything that I said, if you only want to get one thing into your mind, just don't wait. Don't wait to say, I love you. Don't wait to chase after what sets your heart on fire. Because the truth is, one day, this thing we call life is gonna be over. And the best that you can hope for is that when that day comes, you didn't wait too long. So I want to finish off by reading a quote from Marcus Aurelius. And you may know him, you may not know him, but here he goes. Perfection of character is this: to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.